Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our 11/11 event hosted by the Global Coherence Pulse and the Islands of Coherence Network. And as you can see, a huge collaboration of partners with the Global Silent Minute, the Good of the Whole, Wisdom of the World Wellness, Unify, so many different organizations and individuals coming together to add our blessing into this incredible prayer portal of 1111 Unified. My name is Teresa Collins, and I'm excited that you're joining us here today in this beautiful space. And I want to invite Anastara, who is the founder of 1111 Unified, to join me in the spotlight. I'm going to grab myself. Hi, Anastara. You
Hello.
must feel like you just birthed a baby.
Yes, this portal is intense for all of us in various ways, and we're just here in the collective field holding that united vision for love, peace, harmony, and unity.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm excited to have our Islands of Coherence cohorts here that are going to offer some just sharing from our hearts as we enter into this prayer, and then also doing a global coherence pulse with the team that did the global coherence pulse every day during Peace Week with Dot Maver and Julie Kroll and Gary Malkin. So we're all excited to be able to add our energy into this prayer. And I wanted to start, I watched your opening video,
Mm.
and I just really felt like I was both in the past and in the future as I was watching it, the way it was weaved together. And I really felt I wanted to acknowledge the power of the embodied feminine goddess energy that you brought into that opening ceremony. You know, you can tell it's like that part of us that knows that when we say prayer and we invite a partnership with life,
Yeah.
that we're really doing the powerful work. So I wanted to start this segment with a little piece of that opening and invite all of our attendees, everybody that's listening in live stream, while that's playing, bring yourself into the prayer.
Mm.
Bring yourself around the circle and add your intentions for yourself and what you want to seed the new earth with. So let's use this 3.5 minutes to bring ourselves present, bring our hearts here, and add our presence to this beautiful altar that you women and the men that supported you and empowered you created today,
Mm.
just a little while ago at
Mhm.
11:11.
Mhm.
So, Kaylin, if you'll play that video for us.
Thank you.
There is peace in the music, in between the lines, just outside of time. Listen closely to the particles, they envelop you, dissolve into you. There is love in the water, bubbling over her like a fountain. Can you taste that? The simplicity of synchronicity of the mountains. I fly high over valley and field below. Every blade of grass I know, every wave in ebb and flow, in ebb and flow.
So beautiful. So beautiful. I put a link in the chat for if you would like to watch that video all the way through, and I really recommend it. And the next piece is actually you, Anastar, calling in Pachamama. And so this is for the earth today. This is for all of humanity today. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your service. And today we're going to offer up, starting with a short panel.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that it's with our IOC, our Islands of Coherence Cohort, who are just going to offer some wisdom from their heart. And then we'll move into a pulse. And this is our gift into the prayer that you've opened up with your team. And we look forward to seeing you again before we do the pulse. Thanks,
Thank you,
Anastar.
Teresa.
Bless you.
Thank you all for
Yeah,
being here.
bless you. So I'm going to bring on our panel as I'm just talking about the theme that we're going to cover today as we see the new earth. The Islands of Coherence really is a place where we're in the practice of cultivating coherence individually and collectively. We really come to realize that it's the quality of our presence, which is one of the themes that we'll explore today, what we're resonating with, what we're attuning our energy with, and what's emerging as a result of that focus and practice. So I want to bring on our cohort. Kaylin, maybe you can help me. I'll start to add spotlights of this group that has been working together for the last, year and a half, almost 2 years, where we came together in service to supporting a community of practice, a community that wanted to come together and have a safe harbor for us to explore and practice cultivating coherence together. We've offered courses and we have our own special offerings into the community. And one of the most profound things about this group is that we have been choosing to explore presence, resonance, and emergence first and foremost in our lives, and have been transformed by that exploration, and really know that they are keys to seeding a new earth. And we wanted to take a little time to share our thoughts and feelings about that with you. And I feel really proud to be able to share in this group of collaborators and partners. So, Darty, I think we're going to start with you, my dear, to add your voice into this blessing today for the 1111 portal.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Hello, everybody. My name is Darty Wesley, and like Teresa said, I'm an IOC cohort, Islands of Coherence, affectionately referred to as IOC. And I have an island on the Islands of Coherence called Wisdom for the New Reality. What I talk about when I talk about the new reality is a simple shift from an external focus to an internal focus, where we look out there for our fulfillment. Instead, we look inside to our inner wisdom and our inner guidance. And that flows right in with the themes today of seeding the new earth with presence and resonance and emergence. And we had the virtual retreat in the Islands of Coherence this past summer, where those were our 3 practices. And the presence and the resonance were so deeply transformational for me personally. I found that the practice of presence, I've been practicing being here now for years, having read Ram Dass' book 100 years ago. And that has always been a part of it. But in the practice of during the retreat brought me to a new level, a deeper level. While these two meld together, the deepness, bringing our spirit and our presence into presence, into bringing our spirit in and connecting with all that is in that way. And I found that it went deeper. It was a deeper, and I found that my timeless true self merged more with the presence of all that is. And with that, of course, those two melded together and provide an opportunity for me to move into understanding resonance more. Resonance, of course, at a vaster level, bringing us to the understanding that we draw in energies that move us. We can feel them at the heart center. And those energies come together as we pull in our evolutionary growth and seed the new earth. When we're present and resonating with what is going on all around us, we feed the collective field with our love and our energy. We know that what we feed the field matters, and it has been a great experience to deepen my presence and deepen my resonance. And it's something that we're all tapping into at this point. It feels really good. I think, Alexi, would you like to share next?
Yes, thank you, Dorothy. My name is Alexei. I'm also part of the Islands of Coherence Cohort. I'm a web developer, a writer, and I dance Argentine tango socially. So after having lived in the US and Germany for many years, about 1.5 years ago, I moved back to my home city of Kyiv, Ukraine. And this year, when the war began, I found out why. It's not an easy subject to talk about, but to paraphrase Abraham Hicks, one person in coherence is more powerful than millions who are out of coherence. And I've since then left the country and came back several times. But regardless of where I am, I made it a priority to maintain my personal coherence as often and for as long as possible. A dear friend of mine recently said to me that she doesn't understand why all this is happening. And we had a conversation about this, and I offered to her one explanation that makes the most sense to me. And that is that we live in the times of the most change, the biggest change and the most profound change in human history. And as difficult as it sounds, a kind does not evolve out of comfort. Things have to get really bad in order for a kind to be faced with a choice to either evolve or to die. And we are collectively and individually, very quickly approaching that point where we have to make that choice. So there's this knowing in many of us that this is something that we can all prepare for and actively change in ourselves in order to evolve and in order to inspire others to evolve as well. So I've come across several ways to help me heal, to help me deal with what's going on in the world. First of all, being the breath, being the most immediate, my go-to tool for any difficult situation. It is something that we can do in any circumstances because this is something that we do no matter what. I found that I practice Ho'oponopono almost as a knee-jerk reaction to whenever I feel any sort of pain. And I noticed that I practice it as well when I notice other people being in pain. And that has been working for me very well. I found my social dancing to be very therapeutic, which is the way how I can stay sane. And this is the way that gets me to know, gets me to who I know that I am. So there are several more practices and several more sort of programs that we're doing with the Islands of Coherence. We'll share
Sometimes Alexi's internet goes out, so I'm glad we had him for all of that. And Christy, like you know, let's send some heart blessings to the Ukraine. I know Alexi will be back with us, but it's been, oh, here you are. Let's get you back on. It's been inspiring for our cohort. You know, we've all been going through things. This whole group, we're very honest about what we're going through and how coherence is supporting us. And to have Alexi in the middle of the war that's happening there and have him be a bright, anchored, coherent, radiant presence in the face of it has inspired all of us. And it's what's required now. Like, that's how we're going to get through. So thank you, Alexi. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, maybe Kadi J might go next.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alexei, Darity, and Teresa. Thank you, Kelly and Nikita and Anastara, Julie, Dot, Gary, all of those here today holding the space, and each and every one of you out there here with us helping to hold the field, joining your heart into this space. Because it's through these small yet mighty acts that we truly create change across the world. And as Teresa so elegantly put, we've been investigating in the IOC these 3 themes of presence, resonance, and emergence, and how they can support us in our own life experience, and as well as seeding this new earth that we know is possible, that we can feel in our bodies and bones and fields, that it's just right out there and it's coming towards us. For me, presence and resonance have been 2 instrumental themes, if you will, in my own life experience. And presence, especially lately, has been very important in helping me as I navigate these somewhat scary waters that I seem to be moving through. So I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Cuddy J. Mitchell-Polka. I am also part of the IOC Cohort and the founder and owner of Journey into the Soul, LLC. And I've recently launched out into the world a new offering of a course and a coaching to help mothers across the world to find harmony and peace in their own heart. And with this has come a lot of sticky territory for me in my human mind, right? My mind wants to feed me all the stories of what's possible, or the fears of the past overlaid onto the future. My mind wants to confuse me or tell me other things that aren't possible, and tell me that my dreams are too big. But then I get to practice presence, thank my mind for sharing, and call myself back to this moment. This week has been especially, I don't want to say it's challenging, because I don't feel like it has been, but it's been a true opportunity to practice this. Because as I've done this launch, there are so many things that have to get done. And it's really easy to get kind of in your mind about things. But there's something that's really carried me through my week, beyond just the desire to really embody presence. And that's this quote of if it's out of your hands, then it deserves freedom from your mind as well. If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind as well. And with that, I want to pass the baton over to Kelly and let her lead the way.
Thank you, Cuddy J. Hi, everyone. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here with the cohort today and with all of you. 1111 has always resonated so deeply with me when I first heard about it years ago. Thank you, Anastara, for incubating this space. And here we are together, really holding and in the womb of the potentiality of what wants to now birth. And we are the midwives of that birth. My name is Kelly Ford, and I have an island in the IOC called Peaceful Awakenings. And twice a month, I host an event called Peace Pockets, and we practice cultivating coherence in ourselves and then together, and witnessing each other to see what wants to emerge from that coherent field. Being part of the cohort and really being in this grand experiment of coherence for ourselves and each other, my biggest takeaway was this increased awareness and a trust in the intelligent field of love that we all have and move our being in, that it's always there. And when I'm in coherence, I have greater access to this knowing of being deeply held, supported, and guided in every moment of my life. And being in a greater group cultivating coherence really has deepened my trust in others. Because as we cultivated coherence together in large and small groups, it really became evident that we all have our unique part to play as life unfolds moment by moment. Because being in a state of coherence really, it invites us to be in this present moment. And when I'm there, it feels like this beautiful orchestration of life, with the coherent field acting as the grand conductor. It's really a gorgeous surrender to life herself. And I believe that as we engage in a coherent practice together, that this really is the way forward, that by being in this state within ourselves and each other, we will be guided and inspired by this intelligent field of love in the steps to bring forward this experience of a new earth. She knows and she will inform us. So we simply, it's such a simple practice, yet so profound, because it brings us right into the attunement of what it is that wants to emerge, what it is that wants to be birthed. So by cultivating coherence, it's like planting the seeds, watering them, and watching them grow. And there is so much joy and curiosity and play and fun that really bubbles up in that experience. And I'm so excited to be in this emergence with all of you. And with that, I'm complete. And Nikita, I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Thank you, Kelly. Aloha, everyone. My name is Nikita Gearing, and I am the author of I Am Mantra. And I offer daily mantras that reach over 250,000 people in 80 countries. And I'm really honored to be part of the IOC cohort and to be pioneering. I think all of us here today are pioneers in what it means to be living a conscious, love-centered life. And I love the focus today of community coherence. What does it mean to create community coherence? And I think the first step for me personally is, what does it mean for me to create personal coherence right here, right now in my day-to-day life? I recently had my 17-year marriage complete about 10 months ago. And it's been a deep practice of how do I navigate challenging times with as much love and grace as I possibly can. And so I want to speak for a minute about creating personal coherence, not only in the easy times, creating personal coherence and choosing love when everything's easy and joyful, that's easier for me. But when things are challenging, and there's so many people that I'm seeing going through challenging moments, and then as a collective, we're on a tipping point we're at a choice point. Are we going to choose a path of love? Are we going to choose a path of fear? And I think that's where each of us have an empowered opportunity to practice coherence. And what does that mean for me? Starting with presence. Practicing coherence means starting with presence, dropping into the present moment, allowing everything that is right now as it is, seeing if I can release judgment, tuning into my breath. As Alexi, you said, breath is a really potent practice for me to always immediately get into presence, coherence, and resonance. And presence helps me immediately get into more loving awareness. And when I'm in loving awareness, I can start choosing love over fear, peace over reaction, compassion over judgment. And if I can model that in myself and in my relationships, if I can become personally coherent in the easy moments and the challenging moments, then I begin to affect a collective change in my personal environment, in my relationships, in my field, in my community. Community coherence really starts with each of us committing. And just finally, I wanted to speak about resonance. Resonance for me is the vibration that I'm living in. Am I in frequency of fear, contraction, separation? Am I choosing love, joy, in partnership with life? And how I do that? Singing. I do a lot of singing. I walk. I do earthing, bare feet on the ground, meditation, breath, dancing. What are the practices that we can do in ourselves to not only get us present, but resonant with a high vibration of love? And I really encourage, even if you don't think you're a singer, I love doing my I am statements, singing. When I'm on a walk, just let it out. And by the time I'm done with my walk, my whole frequency has shifted. Then I can approach life in a more conscious way. Thank you. Teresa, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
That was such a beautiful journey to just experience, this presencing of our cultivation practice together and as a community. And boy, if you're looking for some place where you can really begin to put your attention on cultivating greater coherence in the heart of your daily life, and that's what's required right now to move through whatever it is we're moving through, right? Because the connection to the evolutionary impulse and to what is actually emerging as the new earth is not outside of ourselves. It's absolutely right here inside. That's the doorway. That's the place from which we can seed the new earth, and there is no other place. And so this group and other people that have joined into the Islands of Coherence, and really people all around the world that are really getting that it's the quality of our presence. It's the quality of our presence and our connection to our own sacred center that is the contribution that we're making into the field of the whole. That's the seed. We're each a seed of the new earth. But in order for us to really blossom into a garden, a new garden, we need to pay attention to the seed that we are. We need to cultivate the energy inside this seed and let the seed guide what's going to blossom from the inside out. And so we've chosen, all of us have chosen, to put cultivating coherence in the heart of our lives first and foremost. And as we have done that together and through so many challenging things, that we've found that we're actually beginning to live our purpose, and that there is so much less that we need to do because we're starting to resonate with the truth of our unique part. Like each one of us is a note. Like you said, Nikita, if we just sing the note that we are out into the world and partner with life, whatever is emerging in every moment, then the new earth will flourish. It is already flourishing every time we place our attention in the present moment and offer our love in the face of whatever we're facing. Yes. So let's do one more round, just some comments about how we can just align with what's emerging from the inside out, not our idea about what the new earth is, but the new earth as it's emerging from within us, as us. Darty. Whoops, you're muted.
And unmute. As I tap into the emergence, for me, the wonderful practice of presence and resonance brought an experience. Been in corporate world for so many years and have had such different emergences over the course of my evolution. And it's so fun to see now the kind of emergence that's coming for each and every one of us. Humanity itself is emerging. We're emerging from duality consciousness to a unity consciousness, to the understanding that we are indeed all one. And each of us is emerging. I have found so much that I'm exploring right now because of the experiences that we had in our virtual retreat. As we go deeper into our very own presence, as we find what resonates with us without any kind of judgment on it. And that's one of the most wonderful things about resonance. It's not right or wrong or good or bad. It just is what it is. And that's something I say all the time. It just is what it is, doing what it does. Therefore, it gives us the ability to open to what's emerging for each and every one of us. I find myself emerging with new ideas and new thoughts and new feelings. And it's wonderful because I've been on the spiritual, esoteric, metaphysical path for so many years that it's bringing the new earth. And as we seed our energy, and I just wanted to say one thing that Teresa says over and over that just thrills me to my soul, and that is that we are all emerging to play just our own part. We're all emerging to our new missions and our new purposes right now. I know I am. I know you are. We're all looking at it in a new and different way. We are emerging. We're shifting. I'm emerging. more and more of our life and our presence is coming together. And it's just amazing to me. For me, it's so much tapping into our love and compassion and understanding that we never have before. A new level of understanding, a new level of compassion and kindness. And that's what's emerging in the world and what we can see the new earth with in every way. I hope. Let's see. Okay, Alexi, would you like to share next?
Thank you so much, Dorothy.
Uh,
Yes, about that insight from the inside out. I believe that that we each create this world from the inside out, and that our collective experience is an intersection of our individual worlds. Now, this implies a great deal of responsibility, and at the same time, it provides us with the freedom to change the world in any way we choose. And it's not very difficult to do that at all. We all know in our heart of hearts what kind of world we truly want to live in. And the roadmap to this world, the way I see it, is fairly straightforward. We ask ourselves the question, what kind of a world do I want to live in? We ask, how do I need to change in order to experience that reality? And then we apply daily practice and evolutionary tools to change myself in this way. And it's absolutely not necessary to get others to change, because you can't to begin with, and they will figure out the way, and they will be inspired, they will follow. So in order to help in this way to create some sort of structure for this first step of imagining the world that I want to live in, I started doing the Imagine meditations. And to quote Albert Einstein, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. So this is something that that we're offering in the Islands of Coherence Network. I'm also finishing a graphic novel called Entanglement, and I'm close to being complete with the illustrations, and I'm looking for a publisher currently, and I will put some of these links in the chat. So there are ways, there are tools, and there are methods to get exactly where we want to be. So it's simply a matter of believing that the world that you can imagine is not only possible, but is in fact real. This is something that I want to share with as many people as possible. So, Khadija, you're up next.
Thank you, Alexei. I really, really love all that's being shared into the field. It's just so beautiful. And this, I love how you said seeding the new earth, Teresa, from the inside out. And how Alexei voiced how all of our unique experiences begin from the inside out. And our interactions with each other overlap because of what's going on in our inner field. I mean, these are things that I hold so dear to my heart that I try my best to live by. I am human, so we all have our moments. But this act of starting from the inside and then moving out is something that I've been teaching for almost 2 years now with my organization, Journey into the Soul, either in one-on-one coaching or with in group meditations that I offer for free each month. And often I'll discuss that, the importance of us each tending to our own gardens, working on our own inner worlds, because that's where it all starts from. That's where everything comes from. And as we draw in these themes of presence, resonance, and emergence, our dreams manifest and emerge from that space of presence and resonating with the energies of love, of our heart, of oneness. And I always seem to have an invitation. There's always an invitation. Spirit likes to send these through me for anything that I'm ever a part of. And I really feel this call today as we celebrate the 1111 portal and many other things, to see how much more you can allow yourself to be present in your body with what is, no matter what that is. In moments of uncertainty, can you turn to your heart? Can you turn to that source within you that knows the way? And the invitation is to trust in this very present moment, trusting that as you bring yourself here, now, you open yourself up to an abundance of miracle potential where anything is possible, and what is meant to will naturally emerge within you for you to receive, for you to feel, for you to experience. And with that, I'm complete. Kelly, back to you.
Thanks, Scotty J. You know, we really are living in an incredible time, unprecedented times. It is an amazing opportunity for us to do the inner work, because the world stage is presenting us with an incredible opportunity to do shadow work. It's like everything that we can see on the outer, that we experience, that has an effect on us, is an opportunity to bring a piece of ourselves home. It's an opportunity to embrace and to love what is, to look at what is it about what I'm seeing externally, what's it bringing up inside of me, and how can I work with that to come into a greater state of wholeness and coherence. It's like a pressure cooker right now for most folks. I mean, even those of us that are really cultivating meditation practices, we have a lot of these skills and tools. We've been doing this kind of work for years, but this is, we are in a time unlike any other, and it is calling us to absolutely bring our best, strongest, wisest self to the table. And it is requiring us to do the hard work of integrating the shadow that is being projected on the world stage today. So this is it. This is the rubbers meeting the road. This is where boots on the ground. We are all doing the hard work. But the beautiful thing about this is it's like it is the birth canal. Like, this is the hardest part. And it's squeezing us and creating tension in our lives. But that is the fuel. That is the fuel that is going to take us through the canal into the new world. And we all know it. That's why we're here. We all feel it. We resonated with 1111. We resonate with seeding the new earth, because we all came in with that vision in our hearts. It's in us. It's in our cells. It's in our blueprint, in our DNA. And we are the pioneers. We are the midwives. We are here to do the work. We are in the birth canal, and we're doing it together. That's why we need to come together. We need to come together in coherence and see what wants to emerge and what is our part to play, and do the work that we came to do. So I acknowledge and the time that you've put into cultivating what we've done over this last year and the learning community of Islands of Coherence, and all of you that have come on to be with us today, because you know in your hearts that you've been called to the mat, and bless you on your journey. We're going to make it. Namaste.
Kelly, I'm going to jump in there. I'm so lit up by your sharing. I'm so inspired that all of us here today are saying yes to birth the new earth through us, through coherence and love. I mean, really, I just want to say congratulations that we've made it this far, and now let's keep going. Emergence. We were talking last week in the group about emergence. What does emergence mean? And for me, as Kelly said, we're having to acknowledge and see so much in ourselves, in our relationships, in our society, and in the collective that no longer serves a coherent field that supports all of life. So we're having to face all of these things in ourselves and bring love and allowance. That's why presence and resonance is so important, to allow the sloughing off of what no longer serves us, so we can become the crystalline frequency that is the new earth birthing through us. And so for me, going through the emergence of the new earth requires a sense of embracing of the unknown, because it's not in our mental mind, the new earth. The new earth comes from our heart. It comes from embodying love. It comes from our coherence. It comes from us moving into a collective partnership, Teresa, as you say, field with all of life. And then from that, we get inspired ideas of how we can play our role. What is our soul's gift at this time to bring our light and to show up with love, and then in coherence in ourselves, connect with others who are creating coherence, and then more that are co-creating coherence, and then let our gifts emerge to assist the greatest good, the good of the whole. I think for me, when I'm navigating tremendous change, creating coherence, and forgetting what my mind thinks is the way, not my intuitive mind, but my egoic mind, the analytical mind, and letting my heart, that coherent heart pulse, come out and create inspired guidance. And I think that for me, that's how the new earth emerges through me, is by creating coherence and letting my love and my heart guide my way every moment best that I can in myself and in my relationships. Big topics, it's important times. Thank you everyone for showing up. And Teresa, I'm going to hand it back to you.
Beautiful sharing from the heart of this panel. And, you know, Kelly, you kind of sparked me too a little bit. It's like, now's the time, guys. This is what we came for. It's the time. And so if we've been doing our cultivation work over all these years, good for us. And now it requires more. And it requires that we place our attention on our heart and on what's emerging from the inside out. And don't think for a minute we're going to think our way through this. We're going to love our way through this. We are going to choose love in the face of whatever we're facing, and partner with life, because life knows what it's doing. Life knows how to seed the new earth and is inviting us into partnership to do that. I'm going to bring Anastara on in her space. I can see she's moving around. I saw your beautiful sun there. I don't think we can unmute you from here. You might need to lean up and do unmute. Whoops, somebody's going to do that for you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this panel. And I want to invite all of our cohort to put some links in the chat of their things. And at the end of the Pulse, we'll do a little slideshow that shows you some of the beautiful offerings that this community is offering its members. And if you want to join us, please do, because we are seriously cultivating coherence in community in this container of the Islands of Coherence for the good of the whole. So Anastara, we're so excited to be joining you in your location there. and adding our love into this beautiful blessing that you've started. I'm going to spotlight your video. Let's see.
Wonderful. Thank you all
Yeah.
for your beautiful, kind words of wisdom. I felt them deeply in my heart, and I'm just so grateful for your presence today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us during this beautiful panel of how to cultivate community coherence. And one of the themes that really, really keeps coming up is that we begin within. We begin with our inner peace. If we want to feel peace, we come from peace. If we want to feel love, we come from love. If we want to feel harmony and unity, these are the frequencies that we are seeding within our own hearts, and that what we feed the field matters. And so when we begin within and we actually take the time to really notice that what we're feeding the field matters, it is so important. And today on this 1111 portal, everything that we're calling in, everything that we're intending in our life, every prayer, every intention, every thought, every action, every word is amplified and magnified. And so I invite you, family, to really hone in on what it is that you want to create in your life. It truly is a magical moment. And here I am surrounded by some family and friends who are in the same room with me here. And we are preparing and getting ready for the Global Coherence Pulse and the Global Silent Minute. And I'm just feeling infinite gratitude for everyone who stepped up and said yes to this vision, yes to this mission. We are here raising awareness and funds for Kiss the Ground 501c3. That is one of our biggest missions of this year's 1111 Unified. And Kiss the Ground is all about regenerating our mother, regenerating our planet, regenerating the ground beneath our feet, first and foremost, so that we can all live on a planet where we can all thrive, not just survive, but thrive for 7 generations to come. And so I would like to invite my family who's here, if you'd like to come over for just
Yes,
a moment.
let's see everybody.
And
Come
sit with
on,
me.
let's see
I love
you.
it. Okay, it looks like the hubby is showing up. This is Andrew. He is my backbone. He is the most amazing person. We call him Mandrew, can do Mandrew, because he can do anything. And he's just been holding my hand through this entire experience and watching my back and being kind and gentle. And I just love you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's a rock.
Yeah,
Really is.
Andrew, I was commenting after watching the opening video and just really the care and power of the divine feminine, this feminine forward, blessing and prayerful energy on the planet, and how the masculine, when I got to the end and I saw all of the men who helped put together this beautiful video, and how empowering and honoring of the feminine that balance was in it. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you for your beautiful presence too.
It is about the balance of the divine feminine and masculine. We need to come into a place of harmony and unity because we live in the duality. We're being pulled in all directions. And as many of you have said, we're moving through this portal that's very, very intense. And we're all experiencing it in different ways. And so always just coming back to the heart, coming back to love, care, kindness, compassion. Thank you, everyone. So grateful to be here. And I'm looking forward to participating in this Global Silent Minute and the Global Coherence Pulse. Let's pulse this frequency and this energy around the planet. Thank you, Teresa, for holding this container.
Yeah. Thank you.
Blessed be everyone.
So
Happy
that's
11/11.
everybody that's on the call. We're going to move into a pulse now and take all of this energy that we've been feeling, all of our intentions for seeding a new earth, Let's just really bring that into our heart right now as we enter into this global silent minute, into a pulse meditation, into some music with Gary Malkin. Let's just, for this next 30 minutes, let's really open our hearts together to each other. Let's open our hearts together to our Mama Earth. Let's open our hearts together to everyone around the world who is saying yes to being a coherent presence, a loving presence on the planet. And let's send a big wave out today. So we are going to start. I'm inviting my beloved sister, Dot Maver, from the Global Silent Minute, for us to begin our pulse today. And I love that we begin with you, Dot. And we begin with this sacred practice that's been happening over time. Love you.
Love you too, and so grateful to be in sacred circle with everyone today. So on this day, 11/11/22, our Global Silent Minute is dedicated to seeding the new earth, uniting our thoughts and prayers to regenerate our planet, to make a positive impact as we focus through presence, regeneration, and emergence. In our community field of heart coherence, we listen deeply to what is emerging and demanding new expression through us for the good of the whole. We will use our Global Silent Minute to radiate and distribute this love, peace, harmony, and unity throughout the field. Listen is an anagram of silent. This deep listening is at the heart of the daily Global Silent Minute at 9 p.m. GMT. Right now, which was inspired by the original Big Ben Silent Minute that helped to end World War II. In these times, we offer the Global Silent Minute to bring an end to all war, to bring peace to humankind, as we call for global cooperation, peace, and freedom. The power of silence is greater than we know. Let us prepare to enter our Global Silent Minute to radiate and distribute the accumulations in our group chalice. With a deep breath, we activate the spirit of peace in our own hearts. And we unite our fiery hearts across distance. And now we invite all those on the other side of the veil to join us. The next thing you will hear is an Indian elephant temple bell as we enter 1 minute of silence as action in sacred unity.
will you guide us a little deeper into the listening field and prepare us for our meditation?
Yeah, the music can lower a little bit here, but it's great. Hi. I'd like you to imagine every note as if it were a church bell from the plaza of your home down, calling us to the center of our being, calling us home. I'd like you to imagine that your listening capacity is an alchemical tool to bring you into alignment with every cell of your being, every chakra, every desire, every intention, every promise, into one whole experience called you. And with every second of listening, we are allowing the field to shape us into complete unanimity and wholeness with the unified field itself, so that we can disappear into the one heart. The one heart that connects us.
And I invite you to close your eyes if you can. And take a few conscious breaths. Just sink into your space and your place. We're going to create spaciousness inside. Become aware of the rise and fall of your chest and belly. Allow the gentle rocking to transport your awareness inward, deeper. Sense the breath as the liminal space between you and the cosmos, where there's really no space at all, no beginning and no ending. Abide in the spacious, spaceless, timeless place, resting in the awareness of presence. Resonance. Emergence. We are seeding our new earth together now, from the inside out. All the seeds we need are within us, waiting to be remembered and cultivated. Love, peace, harmony, unity. Breathe into the potential. The portal is open. The promise, the possibility, the prayer.
The power is latent, waiting to be released. Waiting to be tended. Breathe into the deepest parts of your being. Whether we consciously tend these seeds or not, we are the co-evolutionary gardeners needed for the new earth. We are her co-evolutionary partners. What will you plant? Right here, right now. See your place. Feel the responsibility and know your impact. Draw forth that which has been dormant. Activate all that is within and rest in the awareness of the seeds within you. The seeds for the new earth come through you, but not of you. They are divinely planted within you. It's time to activate and share. Expect miracles and wonders as we scatter our seeds together in this beautiful field of coherence. We scatter seeds of peace. We sow seeds of unity. We plant seeds of wholeness and healing, seeds of awakening. We hold the thought of the fullest blooming in our hearts, trusting in this process as we seed the new earth together. We feel the germination, breaking us open to reveal the codes within. We sense the sprouting of new seeds rising in our consciousness, rising toward the light. We trust the roots descend deep, deep, deep into the earth itself, growing deep and strong. All that is germinating is breaking through the illusion of separation. Within us, there is something yet to be. And in this being and becoming, we rest in faith and knowing. For the new earth is right here, right now, among us, within us, around us, holding us. We focus on the seeding and we trust this emergence, the harvest of a beautiful tomorrow. And we reap. We reap the harvest of these beautiful seeds that we plant today. We harmonize with Source and create a new reality, a new world. We need not understand the miracle of life lifing before us. We trust. We trust a world is made, creation rejoices, balance and harmony are restored. With love, we sow our seeds with life for the future. We prepare a way for life to come, and we experience a perpetual harvest of beauty, all that is good and whole, infinite, complete. We flourish. We are evolving into our divinity, into our sovereignty, embodied light and consciousness. In this moment, we nourish and encourage the seeds within. We plant with joy and deep gratitude, loving our way through this. With a few more conscious breaths, we look around inside and make sure that all that can be activated has quickened within us. on this powerful 11/11 day, this beautiful portal that invites us to be all in. We say yes. Yes. With another breath, just consciously bring this beautiful energy as we cultivate this new earth, bringing it forward. We come together here and back into this room. You can gently open your eyes. We pass this to Teresa. We need Teresa, if you can unmute yourself. So I'm going to invite you to help pulse this out to the world. Feel this energy, feel this beauty, this strength, this co-evolutionary partnership with Mama Earth herself. And we pulse this out around the planet, in every corner, on every continent, in every country, and in our own communities. We feel this seeding together. We feel the power pulsing through this coherent field of unity. And as we scan this beautiful new earth that's blooming before us, we bring this back into our own hearts and our own bodies, our own temples of divine light. Here on this 11/11 day, we give thanks and gratitude for pulsing this beautiful energy, seeding the field. Continue to hold this, and we'll see if Teresa's voice is audible again.
Sunday, you can't hear me, or you can hear me?
There, now we can.
Wow, that was beautiful. Julian, what if from today forward, we dedicated time in every day to cultivate this seed of the new earth that lives inside each of us? What if we chose to take time out of every day? It could be a global silent minute every day. It could be participating in whatever way that you feel inspired to, that you begin to place your attention on this beautiful seed inside of yourself and let it blossom together into the most glorious garden that we could ever imagine. Yeah. You know, we have Gary Malkin here, and Gary, I hope maybe your sound sounds better now that your mics, I can see we're not. And I'm wondering if we could have a little music from Gary just to carry this energy deeper into our hearts and into the field as a nice way to wrap up our pulse and our panel today, Gary. I'm so glad you could join us, and blessings on the course that you're offering starting tomorrow. Let's be sure to be putting links in the chat. We'll also run a little slideshow at the end so you can see all the wonderful offerings from this group. Gary.
Yeah, yeah. This, let me share the screen. I want to invite, in the tradition of Bohemian dialogue, everyone on this screen to feel guided to speak on behalf of the one. And the music was created by Sarah and I together. Sarah McCrum and I inspired this music that really belongs to the commons, to awaken the we energy that comes from our heart. So I will start, and we'll let each person, this is only 5 minutes, and we speak from the one. The music. As the love radiates from each of our hearts, there is no one here but the one home. When we gather our energies together for the light, nothing can stop the force of love to awaken us to our birthright and our inheritance. Ahu. As you're guided, what wants to be said through you right now, in this moment of alchemy, of heart and soul and mind and voice and music.
Gary, for that invitation, and I would like to speak from that unified consciousness, patience, relaxation. It's already done. She's already here. And now we just get to live into the unfoldment of her. So be patient and relax. It's all is well.
Grace. Grace plays a beautiful symphony through our one heart. As our hearts unite across distance, each of us playing through our own hearts.
And to remember to wake up each day with laughter in our hearts, reminding us that we are all children of Source, God, Goddess, Creator. that we create our own reality. And when it begins with laughter and joy, then it is good.
Love fills me. Love heals me. Love inspires me. Love guides me. I am love. I am love in action. I am love. I am love in action.
And so it is. Aho, see. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. That was beautiful, Gary. That was beautiful, everyone. Thank you, Dot, for joining today and bringing the Global Silent Minute. Thank you, Julie. You know, Islands of Coherence and the good of the whole have joined forces, because that's really what's true. It's the us coming together individually and collectively for this purpose. We're doing it on behalf of the whole. So thank you, Julie. And the meditation was just glorious. It was just glorious. You're muted if you wanted to say something, both to you and
No,
Dot.
just thank you. What a joy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to do more and more. We are going to do in January 7 days of rest and renewal. Somehow together we'll all play and do something. Gary and Julie and Dot and I seem to have this little thing going on. So, and I really want to thank the cohort for just sharing from your heart, and just know that this energy that you felt today from this group, this is what it's like inside the Islands of Coherence. And this is the kind of conversations and the kind of work and the kind of play that we're all doing together, because it's hard to cultivate coherence alone. But when we're in a field of others who are doing the same and sharing authentically of what it takes to choose love in the face of whatever we're facing, somehow we have more that we can draw from in those moments when we need it most, and we need it most now. Yeah. And Anastara, we are really, really grateful that you invited us to participate in with you.
Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Dot, so touched, moved, and inspired by your words. I'm taking these seeds today and going and sprinkling them around. Such a blessing.
Yeah. Well, may you feel lifted up today, Anastar, and your team, Brielle, and everyone. I know that you guys worked really hard, and pulling together an event like this, and inviting the community into moments of conscious prayer is a big deal. So we just really want you right now, everybody that's on the line, everybody here on the panel. Let's send you and your team and everyone that participated in creating this container all of our love and appreciation and gratitude and blessings. Yeah, may you be filled and to overflowing. May you be filled to overflowing.
Thank you.
And if you're out listening on the live stream today and you haven't joined the portal, if you do and sign up for a portal pass, some of those proceeds go to support Kiss the Ground. It goes to support having events like this happen. They don't just happen by magic, they happen by magic and love energy that pours back in. We need both of those things. Magic and love together makes these kind of offerings possible. We are going to run a little slideshow to show you some of the offerings that are happening today with 1111, and also the offerings from this beautiful group of people. We'll put some links in the chat for you. And then once that slideshow is run through twice, we will just come back online for anybody that wants to just offer some reflections in the chat, we'll just be here for a moment. So blessings, everyone. Have a lovely day. Blessings on the 1111 portal. And I hope you'll stick around to grab some of these beautiful links and to learn more about the offerings of this cohort and these beautiful colleagues. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Dot. Thank you, Julie, Kelly, Anastara, Darty, Nikita, Kadi J. Blessings, everyone. Kaylin, if you'll roll our slideshow and put links in the chat, everyone. Yeah.
I will
Please
mention,
join. Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
just because I didn't get to send the slide tomorrow, for the first time ever since the release of Graceful Passages 21 years ago, a live workshop, cultivating the art of change and cultivating the art of fully living through grief literacy and self-love, acceptance, and forgiveness. So hope you guys, it's wisdomoftheworld.com. And I love you all, and I'm with you all. And thank you for the invitation to participate in this gorgeous high frequency field. Love you all.
Gary, put the link in the chat for us. I know this is with you and Faith tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful offering for anybody that really wants to participate in it. Will be featuring Graceful Passages, I believe, right?
Yes. It's actually learning how to harness the power of lost literacy into radical gratitude and joy for the preciousness of life. That's basically what it's all about.
Beautiful. Thank you. So you'll see the Slides Global Silent Minute. You can join daily, 9 p.m. GMT. Wisdom of the World Wellness, that's Gary's work and website, and there's wonderful things there. Dr. Julie Kroll is relaunching her podcast show. There's a poetry slam. We'll put the link in the chat for this one as well. It launched today. Be beautiful to go. You can roll through this again also. So if you haven't registered to the 1111, please do so. And the recording of the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony, let's put links in the chat for that. And we're supporting Kiss the Ground. Definitely, let's close the portal together at 1111. And remember, if you haven't registered yet, this is a really good time. There's so much richness in this portal. Join us for the next Global Coherence Pulse, globalcoherence.org. We have one next Saturday. And of course, come into the islands of coherence and participate with us. We hope that you enjoyed this panel and pulse today. And just one last pass through the offerings of our cohort. Thank you so much, cohort, for this. Darty with Wisdom for the New Reality. She has a monthly newsletter. She's also inside of the IOC. This is the entanglement story that Alexi was talking about, and his Imagine meditations, which happen a couple of times a month on Tuesdays. Mindful Mamas is the course that Kadi J just launched, and really beautiful for mamas who are overwhelmed to find peace. And then Peace Pockets with Kelly Lynn, wonderful small circle gatherings. I Am Mantra, you can get an I Am Mantra daily in your inbox. And there's also wonderful wisdom coachings with Nikita. Her wisdom, finally we get to see who's behind the door. So thank you everyone again for joining us, and we look forward to being with you once again. Blessings, and have a beautiful